Metal Driver here, and today I am looking at another Ruthless Aggression Elite figure, and this time it is Eric Bischoff. We get images of Bischoff on the side and on the back, along with some information and the rest of the figures that are in this wave that I already reviewed. Alright, so before I go any further, you fine folks have been acknowledged. Now, as I said, I did review Taker and Stone Cold, actually about a month ago, because these waves hadn't hit stores across the United States just yet. At that point, I bought them online. Bischoff, on the other hand, I didn't get because people were trying to sell this figure for about between 120 to 200 bucks. There weren't that many online, but like hell I was going to pay that much for an Eric Bischoff figure. But over the last couple of weeks, this wave has finally hit across America, so I got my hands on Eric Bischoff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at the Raw GM, Eric Bischoff. And here we get a 360 look at Eazy-E. We see the details on the figure, and it comes with a few accessories that include interchangeable gripping hands, open hands, a microphone because Bischoff loves to talk, and this alternate head sculpt which looks just like Bischoff. I'm kidding. This is his mask that he wore when he disguised himself as a priest, correct? For the Billy and Chuck wedding. So that's a cool little accessory. I'm not going to use this or pose this at all with this head sculpt unless we get a Billy and Chuck sometime down the road, which I don't think that's going to happen for the foreseeable future, but it's still nice to have. It is sculpted really well. The paint looks good on the mouth, the eyes, the eyebrows. The hair is sculpted well. Got a little bald spot right there, so it's nice. Not going to use it, but still cool. Then look at the Eric Bischoff head sculpt, and this looks really good. It looks just like him. I think Mattel nailed the likeness. Plus, with that TrueFX printing, really makes it look more authentic and lifelike. Mattel did a great job with this. The paint looks good on the lips, the teeth, the eyebrows, the eyes. Eyes are a bit squinted, perfect for that smiling expression that he always did. Hair looks really nice. Good sculpting on the hair. So, really good job here. I'm really happy with how this head turned out. Then look at the body. This is a suited body, sort of. Well, he's wearing a blazer on top. It is sculpted pretty well. You've got some nice wrinkles throughout the jacket. Lapels look really nice. Not any paint detail. It's just a solid black mold that is just a bit shiny, so that looks nice. Then you do have a shirt underneath. It's just a white shirt, no details there other than the sculpting of the wrinkles. Do you see the sleeves in there? So that looks fine. This should come off. I'll show that off. This jacket should come off. I'll show that a little bit later in the video. And I say that because you could put a NWO softgoods shirt on the white shirt here and then put the jacket back on, and you could have yourself an elite NWO Eric Bischoff, so that would look cool. Here are the arms. Nice wrinkles and creases throughout the sleeve. So that looks good, nice and glossy, so I like that. And he's got pointing hands right here. And then the lower body, he's wearing blue pants. I don't think these are slacks. I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be jeans. These are not brand new. We've seen legs like this before. Here's the painted belt. Look nice. No paint on the buckle, but not a big deal. The creases on the pants look good. Not a whole lot of paint detail on this figure. It's just a solid blue mold, which again, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't expect too much detail on an Eric Bischoff. I'm just glad to have a Bischoff. So really the selling point for me with a Bischoff figure is having a good likeness with the head scan, and that's what I'm getting with this. So if the head scan was crap, then the whole figure would be garbage, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. Look at the articulation. The head is on a ball joint, looks that high up and that far down. It's not the best range. Can turn side to side and tilt very well. Shoulders go that high up. They rotate all the way around. See if I can get that. There you go. A bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a swivel and hinge at the wrist. He's got an ab crunch, so he crunches that far forward and that far back, so good range going forward, not so much going back. A waist swivel, legs go that far out. This should go out a little bit further. It's not, but not a big deal. Legs go that far up. There's a thigh cut. Double jointed knees, and then the foot goes that high up, that far down. Not the best range due to the sculpt of the pants right here, but he does have some pretty good ankle pivot. Alright, here's the new Elite Ruthless Aggression, Eric Bischoff next to Ultimate Hollywood Hogan, and the two most recent Elite, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall figures. And seeing the NWO like this together looks so good, or should I say And then let's go ahead and take off this NWO shirt. See if we can put it on Eric Bischoff. Yeah, so the shirt is a bit on the big side, so putting the jacket over it's probably going to look a little funny, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. Alright, and that actually doesn't look too bad. You can see the sleeve kind of sticking out a little bit. As I said, that shirt is a bit on the big side because it was meant for a bigger body like Kevin Nash. So if you have a smaller soft goods NWO shirt, or if you have an extra one like this, you can just cut off the sleeves and make your own Elite Eric Bischoff. I know we're getting an Ultimate Edition one pretty soon, but this is a nice cheaper alternative. And here's Eric Bischoff next to his real-life rival during the late 90s, Vince McMahon, and his on-screen rival, Stephanie McMahon. And in fact, now that I have her here, I always wanted to swap her head with the Stacy Keibler figure. Let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, that looks... as she falls over, that looks really good. It's nice to have a makeshift version of Ruthless Aggression General Manager Stephanie to go along with Eric Bischoff. So they look really good next to each other. And finally, here he is next to his co-GM, the Ruthless Aggression Elite, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I am really happy with finally having an Eric Bischoff in my collection. It's nice to finally find this figure, and he goes great with the Ruthless Aggression era figures, and also with the WCW era ones, as you saw with the comparison shots with the NWO. So I'm really loving this. I'm happy to have this. Now, I can understand why some people might want to skip out on this and wait for the Ultimate. Some might want to just put an NWO shirt on this and skip the Ultimate. Both reasons make sense, but regardless, I think this is one of those figures that's a must-have in your collection, especially since it's the first time in the line. So if you do see this at Walmart, I say pick it up and add it to your collection. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see more wrestling figure reviews, click on the card at the end of the video, and I'll see you next time.